What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Crankin' with Christian. Today we are going to be going over my 2021 Hobie Pro Angler 14 setup, how I've got it rigged up when I'm just going out fishing. Most of the time it's like this, whether I'm tournament fishing or regular fishing. I don't really change my setup too much. I don't like changing it. If I'm going somewhere close, then there's a few things on here that I won't bring with me, and I'll mention it kind of as we go. But yeah, this is basically it. Let's hop into it and go over everything on this kayak. We're going to start off right here in the front. So in the front, I've got my Yak Attack leverage landing net up here on my front hatch. I had to adjust this. I did this with my Pro Angler 12, and with the 14, it still works, but it barely works with this net. I added the Yak Attack roto grips right here. I added one on both sides so I can kind of decide where I want to put my net from there. So I can hang it over both sides. Probably going to do something upgrade to put a GoPro mount up here somewhere so then I can have another third angle of GoPro going on all my videos. But anyways, let's hop in here, kind of show you what all's in this front hatch. I know you guys can't really see, but there's really not much in here right now. I've got 2 water bottles, my registration, and then a few extra identifiers, but I will show you guys this here in a second. And right inside of here is where I have my battery. So the battery in this kayak is an amped 30 amp hour lithium battery. I went with 30 amp hour because I've got the Garmin fish finder now. It pulls a little bit more juice, and I just wanted something that was going to last multiple trips. I've used this thing the past 4 or 5 trips out. Longest trip being 8 hours, the shortest one being 3 hours, and that it's still got plenty of juice left in it, so I don't have to worry about it dying. Alright, so like I mentioned, the front there's really not much there to go over. So we are back to the midsection now. And first off, we'll open this up. Right now, I really don't have too much in here. I've got a spinnerbait box because I don't have anywhere in my black pack in the back to put anything else. And then in here, I've got a multi-tool, and then I've got a pair of the fold-down scissors or line cutters in here too. I also have a Wacky Rig tool in here too, but I don't really use Wacky Rigs too much, so it's just in there just in case I ever need it. But that's basically what's in here. I don't have anything in this other Plano box. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do in here. This may end up coming off and becoming a one of the buckets in here instead. I'm not positive yet. Anyways, beside my seat over this side is my Catch X board, and typically I have it on the other side, but it works on either side. I've got 2 carabiners on it, one connected to the board, one connected to a spot on my kayak. There's a little loop on the side of the seat, and I connect it there just so I can tether down my board, because if you guys have ever experienced one of these before, you know they're like anchors. They'll fall really fast to the bottom of the lake. So it's always nice having it tethered down. I always have it tethered down whenever I'm in my kayak. But I can put that on either side of my seat. Most of the time it goes on my left side. I just put it over here on the right side for now. But both sides work fine. Next, right here, you guys see I've got my GoPro. This is always on my chest whenever I'm in my kayak, and this is actually a new GoPro Hero 8. I just got this like a few weeks ago because I wanted to try out a new GoPro. I have a Hero 7, and the Hero 7 worked great, and I had a 3 before that I was wearing, a 3 black that I was wearing on my chest, and I'm like, it's time to upgrade. So I got a Hero 8 right now, a Hero 8 black. I've got a chest mount on this, still trying to decide what I'm doing about a microphone for it, but besides the point. Right here on my seat for my Pro Angler, I've got a kayak cushion. This is a Strictly Sailing kayak cushion, because if you guys follow along with anything, Strictly Sail is my local Hobie dealer. It's where I go for all of my stuff. They're awesome people down there. I fish the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Trail, which is run by them. So it's nice just having a Strictly Sail seat on it. And underneath the seat right here, I've got 2 Plano tackle boxes. Now these are the Plano utility boxes with the dividers in them, so I can store all my soft plastics in here. This box, I've got some finesse baits and then some Senko, so pretty much all worms in here. This other box, I've got a few more worms. I got crawl trailers, I've got beaver baits, so I basically have any soft plastics I need right underneath my seat. So when my seat's down, I can just pull the box, pull it right out in front, and grab what I need and slide it right back under. Now, over here is the biggest thing I've done to this kayak probably, and this is a Garmin EcoMap 93 SV. This is a side imaging fish finder with the GT54 UHD transducer. It is a great head unit. It's a great fish finder. I absolutely love this thing. I may actually like it more than my Humminbirds. I'm not positive yet. I kind of just started messing with settings, but for being on the kayak, it does everything I need, and it's an awesome fish finder. I'd highly recommend it. As you guys saw at the beginning, all the cords and everything ran into the hull. Power cords up under my front hatch to my battery. Transducer goes down underneath my seat to the Guardian transducer, and my transducer is mounted on that Guardian plate. I like having that so I can either raise or lower it, so then I don't have to worry about scraping up my transducer. Sorry if you guys can hear the wind noise. The wind just picked up a little bit. But anyways, now we're going to look at behind the seat and to the back of the boat. And this basically is the rest of whatever's done to the boat. Right here behind the seat, we'll start off here, is a Bass Mafia money bag. I use this for all my soft swim baits because, you know, those packages can be really annoying because of how big and bulky they are. And they don't fit anywhere well. So I always use these Bass Mafia bags, and they work really good for that. So yeah, that's what I have all those in. Right behind there is my Bold North Outdoors Power Pack. This thing is a lifesaver. I love it. I always have it on my kayak or my boat to charge batteries. I bring it with me everywhere. There's just a little 10 amp hour battery in here, a lithium battery, an Amped Outdoors lithium, and it runs all of this. This lasts for hours and hours and hours and hours, charging all my accessories, my phone, anything like that, and there's room inside to be able to store extra stuff. So all my camera stuff I can either leave in here or I throw it in my front hatch, and it just makes for a little bit of extra storage on here. But it goes right behind my seat. Right here you've got my GoPro Hero 8 batteries and charger. I just stick it right on there by the handle so it's latched in there and it can charge while I'm fishing. So then I always have batteries charging, and I always have a battery in my GoPro too, so I never run out of battery. Also, if you guys see, I've got a cable right here running all the way up to my GoPro Hero 7 White. That's up above my seat. I have this here, and I had this here when I had my Hero 3 that I used on my chest, so then I could have this voice activated. So I can just, like, if I'm about to set a hook on the fish, I can just say GoPro start recording, and then I can set the hook and it's recording. On this, I've got a YOLOtech power stick that is put down in my rod holder. To get it to fit correctly, I've got this little pool noodle that I push down in there, and then once that's all the way in, I put my YOLOtech in it, and it's real sturdy. It'll wobble around a little bit, but because these GoPros have the hyper smooth setting, you really don't get much shakiness in the footage. So this is how I always film on the back of the on the back of my kayak whenever you guys see the backward shots. So yeah, other than that, I've got my Yak Attack Black Pack right here. You guys know it usually comes with 3 rod holders. I added 5 to it, and I've had this black pack in my previous videos, my kayak setups. So it's the same black pack that I've had. Inside of it, I store all of my tackle that I really need that's in tackle boxes. So here I've got terminal tackle, I've got all my chatterbaits and jigs, I've got top water, and then the last box in there is a 3700 deep size box with all my crankbaits in it. So it's a really good way to store it. I can store basically any amount of tackle I need in this thing. It's huge storage in this, and I absolutely love it. Lastly, on the back, I got my Yak Attack Visicarbon flag. I put the American flag on here because I like this better than the Yak Attack flag. And it's got, of course, the light on top because, you know, you always need to have the light on it for if you're fishing in low light conditions, just to be safe on the water. I've got the YOLOtech Mighty Mount mounted on the back rudder control panel, or the control cap, and it makes for a really good way to secure it and make sure it doesn't go anywhere, while keeping it in a good place that it's not going to get tangled up in any of my fishing rods, or I'm not going to hit it when I'm back casting or anything like that. Anyways guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video of going over my entire Pro Angler 14 setup. This is how I've had it. This is the best way I've liked it so far. There's a few things that I may end up doing to this, but right now I'm kind of working on my boat, getting some things figured out with that and what I want exactly in my boat. So that's where pretty much I'm just staying working on instead of my kayak right now. My kayak set up really good, and I really like the way it's currently set up, so there's really nothing that's a necessity for me to do right now, just little things here or there that I may like to do to put on it. So hopefully this gave you guys a little bit of an idea of maybe some better ways to rig things if you guys are looking to rig your Pro Anglers yourselves, or even any kayak for that matter. But anyways guys, Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching if you're all the way this far into the video, and we will see you guys in the next video.